Welcome back, everyone. So today the plan is going to be a little bit different. We are going to be focusing a little bit more on a storyline and just talking about that, playing it out in a role play. And we'll still be working on different builds throughout here, but we won't really be talking about it as much. So, that is really loud, so I'm going to turn that down real quick. So, the storyline that this entire world is going off of is that World War III has occurred. And it was an atomic war where most weapons had some sort of atomic aspect to them, making them very deadly. Now, as a way to combat this and regroup once the war was over, most cities were destroyed by the atomic war, but there were a few that were still left standing, and the ones that were banded together and created their own little utopia sort of area. And the most popular one is called Eton. And this city or utopia has a bit of a strange tradition because every Monday they would actually call out 5 names, and no matter what, you had to listen. If you didn't, the government would actually hunt you down. Of course, most people were fine with listening because they claimed it was for research purposes, which most people were perfectly alright with. Now, I will be playing a character named Ashley. She's a teenage girl who is just living her life in school until her friend Mike gets taken. Now, later that week, she devises a plan to try and get back, but it doesn't quite work, and it takes her a couple of weeks before she is able to fully develop this plan and get it all working. Now, this is where everyone else will be jumping in. So, we have Dimension Slayer, and his character is actually one of the scientists who helped develop weapons for the war, and since the war has ended, has continued doing research with these projects. We have Mara, who will be a little bit of a character that isn't as out there, but she will still be there. We have F Statue, who is a teenager who, more on accident, found out what the other characters were doing. He was not initially going to get involved, but more by accident than anything else he did. And then we have Spencer, who is a friend of Ashley, who can get a little bit upset at things, but her sister usually is able to calm her down. Now, we're gonna start on the night where their plan is about to be put into action. Currently, we have Ashley, Spencer, Hirusa, and F Statue all gathered together, and they are about to discuss the plan one last time before they go and put it into action. Alright guys, do you have the list of everything that we need? After they all nod their confirmation, they go ahead and move on to where Ashley's car is sitting out back. They had parked near an abandoned building, and they were waiting for the transport truck to come by. It was Monday evening, pretty late in the day, and they knew that soon the transport truck would be coming by. Once they see it, they quickly follow it out into the wasteland, where they are met with an unusual sight. They were taught that the wasteland was just that, a wasteland. There was nothing out there. However, they find something out there that looks very suspiciously like a military encampment. Once they enter, once they get close, they have to leave the car behind and sneak up on foot. Alright, everyone. I'm not exactly sure how we're supposed to get past these guards. They seem to be pretty vigilant at guarding the entrance. Does anyone have any ideas? Do you guys have ideas as to how we're supposed to get in?
Not really.
I was staying silent.
Go ahead and... So this is an example where you would say you look around and you can get more details about the surroundings. So that's something that you could do right now to hopefully figure out a way that can help you get inside.
Question.
Yes.
Can I do 2 characters?
Like
someone that defected from the government side, and then the scientist dude?
Maybe.
Okay.
Go ahead and message me the details on that one, and I'll see how that would work out.
Alright.
So, as they look around, they try to find a way in. Spencer actually notices that the trucks, because there's a few trucks waiting in line to get past the checkpoint. A few of the trucks are actually a little bit higher off the ground than the others. And it may be possible to squeeze under one of them and kind of hang on to the bottom and get inside that way. So, would you like to share that information with the rest of the group? Spencer? Spencer, are you listening?
Sure.
Alright. As you share that bit of information, it looks like Ashley begins to form an idea. I think you might be right, Spencer. That does seem like it might work. However, I'm not sure if we can all go in at once. Who should go in first? You guys can go ahead and make your suggestions as to who you think should enter first. Alright, F-Statue. You can go ahead and go first. Does anyone else want to try and sneak on with him, or should we stay hidden and see if he can get in before we all try and risk it?
I'd rather not risk us getting caught all at once.
Alright. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay, Statue, looks like that next truck, when it stops, you should be able to sneak in. See if you can get under that. We'll wait for you back here still. As he sneaks forward, everyone else waits where they're hiding. And you notice that the guards are somewhat tired seeming. It's getting later in the evening and they'd rather not be there at that time. But they are still watching somewhat closely. F-Statue, as far as you guys can tell, makes it safely in. It's hard to know for certain because once he goes past the gate, you really can't tell what happens. However, you don't hear any alarms, so your guess is that everything worked alright. Alright, I don't want to wait any longer. I'm gonna try and sneak in next. Does anyone want to go with me? Ashley says it to everyone else.
Come.
Alright. I think we can fit 3 people, so we'll have to see how that works. Everyone, this is going to be a bit of a tight fit. Let's see if we can do it. They all sneak over to the next van that looks to be high enough for them to fit. And they wait, and once the truck moves forward, they cling tightly to the underside of the truck, hoping to not get caught. As they travel, they can feel the rough dirt and rocky path beneath them change to concrete, and then again it changes to a corrugated metal. After a moment, it stops, and then suddenly it jerks down. Everyone is surprised by this, and Ashley kind of slips off, hitting the metal floor that is now lowering. They continue to hold on and try and figure out what is going on. And after a moment, probably about a minute, it stops again. Then they hear the engines start back up, and they start moving forward. It drives for a little bit. You can feel that it is smooth concrete where you are now. After a very short time, probably only about 10 seconds or so, the truck stops, and you can hear guards with heavy boots walking near this truck. Spencer and Ashley can actually see the boots and the bottoms of the legs of the guards. They definitely appear to be in uniform, although what uniform, you're not entirely sure. From above in the truck, you can hear the rattle of chains, and the guards have a harsh laughter as they yank the prisoners out. What would you guys like to do now? Is there anything that you guys want to do, or are you just going to kind of sit there underneath the truck?
Well, I don't think there's really anything we can do.
Alright. As you just lay there and wait for a little bit, but pretty quickly, Ashley gets impatient. Guys, I don't think it's going to do us any good to just sit here. I think we need to go and try and figure out where they were taking those people. And figure out why they were in chains. Come on. I'm going with or without you guys. She slides her way out and stands up next to the truck. Do you guys plan on joining her, or are you going to continue to wait?
I listen for a bit to see if any commotion happens, and then I join her.
Alright. You can hear her walking around, her and Death Statue walking around, because now that she is down, he has joined you guys and come out of his hiding spot under his car. And you notice that you're now in a sort of parking garage. There are 12 slots, 6 on each side. Each one has an armored vehicle in it that is definitely military grade, and it looks like it's bulletproof too. So it's very top tier. Alright. You guys hear a small click. It's hard to tell where it comes from because the walls are made of rough stone, and so you can't really tell exactly where it came from. It just echoes around. Soon after, you also hear the thud of footsteps as someone hurries down from somewhere. What is your guys' plan?
Well, I feel like the first choice is to probably hide somewhere before they make it to wherever they're coming from.
Alright. As you look around, you notice that there are 2 tunnels, and you think you know which one the footsteps are coming from, but it's hard to know for sure. The rest of the garage is pretty bare other than the trucks.
I guess our options are hide under the trucks again and hope that the trucks don't move on us, or take our chances down the one hallway that we don't think there's people coming from.
Alright. So you look over at Ashley, and she seems pretty determined to stand her ground. and not really do anything.
I don't know about everyone else, but I think I'm gonna grab Ashley and start running down one of the hallways. So I don't know who's coming, and I don't, or what per se, and I don't want to find out.
Hey, what are you doing?
Getting you somewhere safer than where we are, because I don't know who's coming from whatever hallway, and I don't want to find out.
Fine. I guess you're right.
Also, yeah, you don't have any fighting skills. I don't know what you were expecting.
I'm just so worried about Mike. He's been gone almost a month now.
And that's alright to be worried, but you kinda can't do anything if you end up getting captured yourself.
Alright. Hurry up, guys. I don't think they're coming from this direction. As you guys head out, it soon becomes pretty evident that you picked wrong. The footsteps are coming from this tunnel, and they are coming very rapidly.
Oh dear.
It sounds like someone is running very quickly, and you note that it's the same heavy footsteps as you heard earlier on the guards.
Is there any... How far down the hallway are we? Could we realistically run back to the trucks? Or is there, like, something in the hallway we could hide behind?
No, the hallways are made of rough stone. You can tell that they were hewn from the wall with a pickaxe, very similar to how a mine would look.
Well, honestly not sure what to do here.
Spencer, Hyrusa, F-Statue, if any of you guys have any ideas, now would be a great time to give your input. Alright.
Seems someone came prepared.
Yeah. Knowing him, you guys honestly are not surprised that he ends up doing this. He was the smart one and wore completely black clothes, so it is actually somewhat difficult to see him now. As you guys are trying to collect your thoughts and figure out where your plan to go is, whoever it was comes upon you. It is a disheveled looking man who appears to be in a very big hurry. He's got a very similar outfit to what you saw on the guards, however, the badge of it has been torn off.
Does he say anything as he comes upon us?
Hey, how'd you guys get in here anyway?
We
never
were...
mind. No time. We all have to get out of here.
Oh?
Wait, what do you mean? I'm not leaving until I get who I came for.
Are gonna kill you on spot if they find you.
How are you so sure of that?
So I used to work here. I
What do you mean
defected
used to?
yesterday.
Oh.
Interesting. I can't say I trust you, though.
Oh, you've clearly never seen a defector before.
I mean, with your appearance, I can guess at what it's like.
Consider running and hiding through these tunnels for a day. Yeah.
But as I said, I don't plan on leaving. I'm gonna do what it takes to get Mike back.
Wait.
Yeah, but
I mean, the
Asher,
guy they
running
brought
into
in
this
last
blindly is
month.
not gonna help you.
Yeah. Do you know where they're keeping him?
Lowest level of the facility. 10 stories below ground.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to find a way to get down there.
Yeah.
At least take
It's
something
not
to defend
possible.
yourself.
They have more guards down there than they do on any of the other floors. It's where they
Makes
keep
sense.
their favorites.
Oh. She sits there thinking for a moment. Well, I have an idea, and if you guys want to join me in this, you're free to do so. However, it's somewhat risky. I don't know if this is gonna work, so you guys might want to back out. Thanks for coming this far with me, but I don't want to get you guys hurt because of me.
There's a way to get
I'm
down
not
there.
leaving.
It's just not that easy.
Rick is startled when a statue steps out of his hiding place and says that he is ready to join in.
How long has he been there?
Pretty much the whole time.
Look, I used to work in, well, security here. And it is before I found out what they were doing here, anyway.
Well,
This isn't the only place they're doing it.
what is so
What
bad
is
that
it
they'd
that-
make you want to defect?
Just, you see things in this line of work. Things that you can never forget.
Well, that's certainly not helpful.
Not in the least.
You think the war was bad? What they do down at the bottom of these facilities is much worse.
I'm not sure how much worse you can get than world destruction.
Destruction of humanity.
Well, I guess that's just all the more reason I need to get Mike away.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
I already told you, I don't care.
As of 2 days ago, there was a request order from high up in the chain of command. Anyone below level 10 with the facility is to be transferred to to the Canada facilities, pretty much.
Why all the way out there?
Testing, as far as I know.
Well, that's what they're supposed to be doing here.
The type of testing you think.
I wouldn't know, they never tell us anything.
We didn't even know
Because
this
they're not
place
allowed
existed.
to.
Whatever.
You're really dead set on going down there.
I am.
I need
Actually,
a guide.
You guys can
As
hear
am I.
footsteps. More footsteps coming from down the tunnel.
Follow me. I'll get you guys down to level 8.
Alright.
It's better than nothing at this point.
Assuming any of you know how to lockpick. Or we could just brute force all the doors.
I mean, I certainly don't. Oh. Why am I not surprised that you can? Well, I guess
He's just
it...
a jack of many trades.
Yeah, I guess it's coming in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I don't think we ever actually got your name, though, sir. What should we call you?
Rick. Call me Rick.
Alright.
Nice
Well,
to meet you, I guess.
go ahead and lead the way.
Did I just tell you guys where I'm taking you at all? Or
Yes. Alright.
okay.
So Rick actually
Yeah.
goes back the way he came towards the sound of the running footsteps. Once once you get into view, you see there are about 6 guards all running. And as soon as they see you, they call out, "Halt! You're not supposed to be here." At that response, they pull out some strange looking poles that look almost like they are meant to catch animals, with the little loop on the end and all.
Oh dear.
There's 6 of them.
Yes, there are 6, and they are ready to fight, it looks like.
Pull out a 9mm. And yeah.
Huh.
Aim center of mass and shoot them all. Double tap.
As you attempt to attack them all, you actually hear from behind more footsteps. And as you glance behind you, you see 3 more soldiers running up. Although these ones have an entirely different uniform.
So first off, I'm assuming that the 6 that I shot are now dead.
No.
Oh.
You're not able to just flat out shoot 6 people. Not without retaliation.
Yeah.
Your first shot does manage to hit one of them in the shoulder, but they kind of just laugh. Huh. So you think that's gonna work?
Crap.
Well then.
You guys are part of Zeta 6, aren't you?
My, look who did their research.
What exactly does that mean?
I'll meet you guys outside. I'll hold these guys off. There's an air duct to the right. It should be big enough for you guys to fit. Also, I toss him a screwdriver.
Alright.
I think that might be our cue to leave.
It's pretty obvious that Ashley does not like this situation.
I'm going to again drag her along before she makes too many dumb decisions.
She doesn't completely resist, but it is definitely dragging her along.
I'm staying to make sure that you don't die, Ashley. Be happy.
Whatever.
Still gonna find Mike. It's not like we're gonna just completely leave this entire place. We have enough information that we should, hopefully, if we can kind of figure out a somewhat layout, we should be able to find our way down to it.
Alright, let's get going then. You guys head over to the area that he was pointing out, and you actually almost miss it at first, because it is blended in pretty well to the rock walls. But you do manage to see it. After a little bit of messing around with the screwdriver to try and make it work, you figure out how to pry it off, and you sneak in to an air duct that is just big enough for you guys to fit inside of.
That's convenient.
You guys crawl along. And after almost 5 minutes, because the vent doesn't seem to branch off any other way, you do find another exit.
Is it? Can we kind of see what's on the other side?
You are able to somewhat see. However, it is difficult because the vent is not meant to be see-through, obviously. Instead, it is very tight with the little bars. There's not very much room between them.
Is there anything that we can pick out from what we can see?
As far as
Hey
you
guys,
can...
so sorry I'm late.
It's alright. We will have you in just a moment. You'll know when you come in.
Wait, what? What's happening?
Just listen. You'll catch up.
Okay.
So, from what you can see, it appears to be a white room, possibly a table in there. That's all you can see from your angle, though.
Can we hear anything from the other side?
You can hear that there are two people in the room, but other than that, you don't really know anything about it.
So now the question is, do we want to open up the grate and see who's in there? Or do we want to stay in here until hopefully the voices go away?
Well, I for one am getting tired of running around. It's not really getting us anywhere.
Fair.
without much more thought, she kicks open the grate and crawls out.
Of course. Well, I promptly follow behind her just to, of course, make sure she doesn't accidentally kill herself.
Inside the room, there are 2 guards sitting at a desk with some machinery. Now, most of it doesn't make any sense to you. However, there is a chair sitting in the middle of the room. You can confirm by now that it is some sort of like lab type room, because it is completely sterilized and it's got the distinct whiteness of a lab.
Okay. Is there anything in the room that we could pick up to potentially use as weapons?
There is a tray that appears to have tools on them. From your angle, you can't tell what is in them, but you can definitely tell that there is something.
Okay. This is horrible timing, but I need to leave.
Alright.
Okay.
Sorry. Well, Sammy and I will hopefully be back.
Alright. Before you have a chance to really respond, a door opens up. From the door, you can see 2 people walking in. One of them is another guard, and the other appears to be just some person. As that guard walks into the room, he grumbles under his breath, "Clara, just get moving." Something that is barely audible. Is there anything that you guys want to do?
I'm still waiting for what they want to say because I don't even know what's happening.
Oh, I'm a soldier that defected and also a scientist, so
Okay.
I don't come in until later for the scientist part.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do anything you want. This guard
Okay.
is pushing Clara in, and it's obviously not very smooth of a transition.
The test will begin shortly. Wait here. And then guard leaves room. Thoroughly locking the
sorry.
door behind them.
I am so confused. Where are we? What's happening? Are we?
Jared, do you want to explain it?
We are currently in what seems to be a government facility that was hidden out in the wastelands.
Okay.
And in case you didn't pick up on it, that's you that just got shoved into the room.
Yeah, I figured, but I don't know why I'm in there or what's
You
happening.
got caught.
Okay.
It's simple as that. You just got caught. You know your background.
All right. So my character, I guess, in anger, I scream at the person that I'm innocent.
Well, looks like you are one of the ones who tried to evade the name, didn't you?
What?
You tried to avoid going when they called your name, didn't you?
Whatever I did for family.
Well, I guess we take these guys out now.
Okay.
As you turn to look at the two people who were just sitting there, they are no longer just idly sitting. They have now stood up and are actually covering up the vent that that the others had entered through. It manages to hit him in the arm, and he curses at you. Dang, that hurt! Alright. I don't know how you guys managed to get out, but just you wait. They just stand there, actually. They don't really do anything to respond. You guys can do whatever you'd like.
Sorry, can you say what happened again one more time? I got distracted by something. Ah! I'm dying.
Alright? As
Okay,
you
so
try to get your dagger back, he actually stops your hand by grabbing it, twists it so that you're kind of twisted around and you can't really get a good footing, and then just pulls down, knocking you to the ground. Not this. You don't get this.
So I'm in the cell next to you?
No, you're in a room.
Oh. Am I nearby?
You are
How
in
close am
a
I?
room.
Am I able to help?
Yes, because you're just in the room. There's nothing, no special circumstances. It's just a room.
Okay. Okay, I'll grab the nearest blunt object and try to hit the person as hard as I can.
Alright. The closest object happens to be the pan, I guess, is what it would be called, that was holding the items. As you get a closer look, you can tell that they are tools, such as scalpels and a couple of other surgical tools. As you pick up the tray and you go to whack it on him, he grabs your wrist and doesn't even bother doing anything, because as soon as he grabs your wrist, you kind of just drop the tray, because his grip is quite a bit stronger than your average person.
Yeah. Plus, I'm not that strong of a person anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, honestly.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
I messaged you what you should do, Jared. I mean, yeah.
Yep. Alright. After a few moments of just kind of sitting there in a stalemate between you and the two people who are fairly obviously more powerful than you, the door opens back up, and in walks a young guard. He appears to be around 18 years old, but he doesn't look like he's smiled in a long time. One of the people says, "Ah, you're here, Raymond. Not surprised that they sent you. Here we are. We've noticed on these two that they don't have their markings, so they somehow got it removed. I'm sure you can deal with it."
Am I good to go now? Can I say something?
Yes? You could say something.
Can I try ripping my hand out of the guard who's grabbing me? And, I don't know, shouting at him or something? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not good at this. I try ripping my hand out of the grasp of the person who's holding me and scream, "You'll never get anything out of me."
Oh, we'll see about that.
He actually, surprisingly to you, just lets go. So you don't actually have to rip your hand out. It just is free. But his friend just smiles at you. "Ah, I'm going to enjoy this one. Especially with the pretty ones."
Pardon? Wait. Okay.
Can this be where Rick cuts in, like I said in the message?
No, that's not what's happening.
Okay. In annoyance, my character, are there like chairs in the room or someplace where she can like sit down or something like that?
There is
does the room
one
look like?
chair in the center of the room.
Okay. Okay, so I'll sit down in that, fold my arms, look at him, and say, "There's nothing you can do to me that would be worse than what you've already done to me."
The guard, who you're pretty sure their name is Raymond, based on how the other one greeted him, walks over to you, and seemingly with ease, pries your arms apart and forces them to lay flat against the armrest on the chair. After he does so, a set of clamps keeps your arms in place, and an identical pair does the same thing to your legs.
Okay.
A moment later, a headband from the back of the chair also straps you in place.
Okay. Is that
Well-
it?
Well, I guess we have a volunteer. Now, have fun with this. He goes and twists your wrist so that it is now face up, and you can feel the skin tear, and it starts to bleed a little bit because the cuffs are so tight against your wrist. Although that is soon pushed out of your mind as a needle comes down from the ceiling and starts to engrave a symbol on your wrist. Once it is
In
done,
anger.
alright,
Oh, never mind.
you can go.
I was just gonna say, in anger, I shout, "I would rather you kill me than put this on me." Because is the symbol mean something?
Not that you know of.
Oh. Because you talked about some sort of mark, and I wasn't sure what that meant.
Yep. It's a symbol, and it's obviously meant to signify something, but you don't know what.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, I take that back. I thought I would know what it is. Okay.
After it is done, the straps release, and you are let free. However, due to the pain, you are slightly exhausted, and so you are able to stand, but you don't really have the energy or will to do anything more at the moment.
Okay. I guess I just. Okay. My character, after getting a second of rest, will just sit there, smile at the guard, and say, "Like I said, nothing you can do would be worse than what you've already done."
The two just smile at you. As they go one by one through all of you, and for everyone, they put the same mark in place. Once everyone has the mark, the door opens, and you are herded out into another hallway.
Okay.
This one is a little bit more clean than the previous one, as it has got actual walls rather than just rough rock. And it starts to look more like an actual facility rather than something that was just carved out of the mountain or ground.
Okay. All right. So is everyone with each other? Are we all right next to each other?
Yes, you are all being herded together, and anytime
Okay.
one of you falters, you get shoved forward.
Okay. In kindness, I look toward the other members who I haven't met before and introduce myself as. See, the thing is, like, she's supposed to have a name that she uses. My character is supposed to have a name that she uses to people that, like, I don't know, to keep herself safe, but I haven't thought of one yet. Lucy. Okay. Yeah, she'll introduce herself as Lucy, I guess.
You try to talk, but right after you get the name out, they hit you in the back of the head and say, "Shut up."
Rude. Okay. Anybody want to help me?
As they guide you along, you see that there is quite the big structure going on here. There are many different tunnels that you pass by on your way, and honestly, it's almost impossible to remember all of them and where you came from.
Okay.
By this point, there is not much that you would be able to take advantage of, because the walls are all clean and very well put together.
Right.
And so there doesn't seem to be much that would aid you in an escape if you tried. Not long after, you come to a large pit.
Wait, Zara, did you see the note that she
Yes.
left in the? Okay.
Not soon after, you
Sorry,
come
what?
to a large pit. And by large, it is football stadium large.
Okay. I'll make a smart sorry. What is it called? Like
Mental
a
note.
no, like a remark, like
Snarky
a mean
comment.
remark. Yeah, snarky comment. I couldn't find the word. Sorry. I'll make a snarky comment to them about how like clearly building a football sized stadium for experimenting on humans that didn't want to be experimented on was clearly more important than saving the world that we still live in, and how it's interesting that they claim to, just I don't know, just being snarky about how how much money must have gone into making this when it could have been used for protecting Sitan or Eton, not Sitan, sorry. Eton.
Hmm.
I don't know. Just
Y-
some sort of snarky comment.
Looks like this one's pretty naive.
I'd like to think of myself as I don't know, sorry. I lost the word. Horrible at this. Sorry, I'm having a hard time thinking of like what it's called.
Ashley, finally says something. She hasn't said a word since she burst into the room earlier.
Okay.
Isn't it obvious, Lucy? They never did care. This has been going on since the war. She sounds somewhat defeated at the moment. Take a good look, everyone, the guards say, because this is probably going to be your last one. At least, that you realize. Then,
Sorry, I had to guess in what happened.
take a good look, everyone. This is probably the last look you'll ever get of it. At least that you'll recognize. They continue to push you further down, and you end up going roughly halfway. It's hard to tell for sure, but you think you've gone about halfway down. The one thing that you do take note of is the fact that the entirety of this pit, the walls are lined with cages.
Oh. Of what? Of people? Like, are there people inside?
You aren't able to see on most of them just because of positioning and angles, but the ones that you do see are mostly filled, yes.
Sorry, most of them are what again?
Filled,
Filled with people.
yes.
Okay. I guess in compassion, my character tries reaching for the nearest one and attempts to check on the person inside.
As you reach out, you get a rather sharp slap on the wrist. It stings you a little bit. You'll have plenty of time later.
Okay. I guess. I don't know. Dimension, you want to try something?
As you get to the area where they stop you, you notice that this is starting to get to an area where the cells are a little bit more empty and there are less people overall. However,
Alright.
you are able to find one cell in a row of about 5 or 6 that didn't have anyone in them. The next one does have someone in there that you actually somewhat recognize.
All of us recognize, or some of us recognize?
All of you recognize them.
Okay. Who is it?
Inside is Rick. He is even more beat up than you last saw him. And you're not entirely sure, but there's a decent chance that one of his arms is broken.
Hey guys.
In annoyance, pain, and discomfort, I rip away from the guard carrying me and rush to the side of the cage trying to get to him.
You manage to reach the cage edge. However,
That's you. Sorry, continue.
from behind, you feel a very high shock that numbs you. As you collapse to the ground, twitching, you can just make out one of the weapons that the guards had been holding earlier on.
Okay.
Soon after,
Sorry, go ahead.
soon after, F statue is also twitching on the ground.
What is your character doing?
Ashley, Mara, and Spencer are all just kind of standing there. It does not look like
Alright.
any of them would like to get involved at this moment.
Have their names all been called, or how did they get into this situation?
They all broke in.
Oh, okay. Am I able to recover?
You gotta be kidding me.
What? Am I able to recover?
Not that. You guys didn't hear what they said over the radio?
Pardon?
Well, have fun, Lucy. Looks like you get to go and see a
one of
little
the
bit
new
closer.
Here, can one of you stream? I had to leave the game, so I can't tell what F statue's saying.
Maddie,
Actually, well,
there's literally a stream I have going.
Can I... Wait. Oh, I didn't see it at first. Okay, sorry.
I have been streaming for the past hour and 15 minutes.
Okay, I didn't realize that it would work with Twitch up. Sorry, I'll pull it up.
Eh,
Beneath heaven is hell, and beneath hell's furnace. Welcome to purgatory.
well, why not? I'll go with Lucy.
In horror and basically fear, I immediately tell you, no, don't go with me. Get out of here as soon as you can.
Huh. As if we could do that. Wouldn't that be nice? You just can't walk out of here. Ah, well. Besides, I came here for a reason. I might as well continue. Ashley motions for the guards to continue leading the way. They pull the two of you further away, and you end up going down a different tunnel. And
Okay.
the rest of you are shoved into some cells.
So, sorry, am I being led to somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, when you do reach the room that you were going towards, you find that it is definitely a lab, although you're unsure of what it is, because there are many test tubes and vials full of different liquids that you have no idea what they could be.
In the room I'm in or in the room you're in?
We're in the same room.
You told me you went into a different room.
No, I didn't.
Alright, whatever.
Lieutenant,
Okay.
forego the formalities with them. Take them straight to level 8.
Alright. Although, Dr. Hayden wanted to see them first. We'll take them there afterwards. He smiles.
In confusion, my character says, I don't know who you're talking about, but all I know is that I can't stay here and you won't make me.
Ah,
Oh, you're not getting out of here alive.
I've got out in a far worse.
It'll be fun to crush this one's spirit.
Yeah.
Alright, Lucy. Time to meet Dr. Hayden. He guides you through a door and into an office where there is an older man sitting there waiting, looking very expectant.
Well, hello.
A pleasure
Welcome
to meet you.
6.
A pleasure to meet you, my
I've
character
heard
said
that
in a
you've
very
tried to get
sarcastic
out of
tone.
here.
Oh, no, of course. Who wouldn't want to get out of a horrifying experimental place where people never come back to see their families or friends again?
There's a
Oh, you know
smirk from
so
Ashley.
little. And so
Pardon?
much yet you have to learn.
Then teach me. What could possibly be so good about this place that would make me want to stay?
Oh, it's not a choice. It's more of if you try and leave, you die, and we run the experiment anyway, or you stay and we run it anyway as well.
Over my dead body. I will not let you do that. To
Hmm.
anyone here.
Careful what you wish
Not
for,
anymore.
Lucy. You may just get it.
Please. Killing me
Take her to confinement.
killing with me would be one of the best things you could do for me, you horrible scum, I yell after as getting pushed out of the room.
Ashley calmly says, "So, what do you do here?"
Oh. Why do you ask?
I might as well know what I'm getting into, shouldn't I?
That is true.
Besides, I don't really plan on leaving until I find someone.
Oh, we've had our eyes on you, or friends and such for a while.
How wonderful.
Oh, and you won't be finding him anytime soon.
At this, it's fairly obvious that she is about to lose her cool. She is trying to stay calm, but it is not working very well.
I'll let you in on a little secret. Here in any one of the facilities, death is never the end and life is never the beginning.
So cryptic. Her hands are clenched into fists at this point.
Would you like to see the test run of your friend?
Her eyes light up at the mention of him, but it sours a little bit. Huh. I guess I might as well.
Of which friend?
That would be Mike.
Okay.
Or should I say field trial? As I click on a screen.
On the screen, you can see someone who definitely appears to be Mike, although they're not the same. They are a lot stronger looking, and in the video, there are 10 different soldiers, all armed with swords and guns, and he very easily defeats them all.
Well, I would say that's a very successful test run. Wouldn't you?
At that, she finally loses her cool and lurches towards him in an attempt to wrap her hands around his throat.
I'm not able to do anything right now, so someone else has got to continue.
Just say it.
Okay. Grab her. Go to a cell.
As
I'll
they,
enjoy breaking her.
as they drag her away, she is kicking and desperately trying to get back at the man, but the guard's hold is too strong. She is unable to break free. They drag her away and she gets thrown in a cell, exhausted by the day and by the fact that it was now most likely close to midnight. She passes out without really looking at her surroundings. Later, when she wakes up, she can hear crying and a couple of people screaming, echoing throughout the large hole, but at the moment she is too tired to care. Everyone else is also stuck in their cells for the moment.
Is Clara in solitary confinement right now?
Yeah.
Yes, she is currently locked in solitary, and
Okay.
I forgot to mention it's cryo solitary.
Meaning,
You're subjected to temperatures really low, and then you're kept there for a while.
alright.
usually sub-zero.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
it is enough that you can feel the cold, but not enough to make you pass out.
Right. Okay. Staying strong, I try to remember what my husband must have gone through when he was in battle, trying to fight for my freedom, and because of that, I can stay strong and not give up. I keep yelling at the guards outside that what they're doing is wrong and they must know it.
They do not care. They are just amused at your struggles.
Alright? Am I given any sort of food?
No.
Yeah. 2 days
Yes,
later,
sir.
you are.
Alright. Are the guards given food?
Oh, they change their shifts regularly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like they're stuck there.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look for an opportunity to show kindness. Because I know, like, they may not care and are amused by my suffering, but I believe anybody can change, and as such, I try to show kindness to them, offering them whatever I can, I guess.
Alright. A couple weeks end up going by, and Lucy is moved back to a normal cell, and it is noted that all of you are fairly close to one another. Not directly cellmates, but you are pretty close.
Meaning we can hear each other?
Yes.
Okay. Someone else make a move.
I told you guys to get out of here.
What do you think we did?
You took the wrong vent turn.
Clara, in curiosity, starts demanding what they're talking about, asking, "You found a way out?"
I used to work here. I defected. Believe me, the things they do here is a lot worse than the war.
To be fair, Statue is right. You've never really told us which vent.
True.
Clara, in desperation, asks if he can tell them the right one because she has something she needs to get home to.
Well, we managed to get on our hands on somewhere to communicate. There is someone that might be able to help. Though I wouldn't really trust their mental state.
Whose mental state?
Oh, it's an old friend of mine. The guy's a technical genius. Of course, he, kinda helped design the entire defense grid for these buildings.
Regardless of whether he's the smartest person on Earth, I have a feeling you're not interested in being stuck here either. You can find a way out, can't you?
Well, 40 years of work in here, yeah.
Then do it. Get us out of here. We need to make a stand. We can convince people to get out of the city.
Alright. About 10 minutes from now, the guards all go on break in this block. Left of you, there's a loose brick. Oh, loose piece of the wall. Should be priable off with your hands.
Alright.
There's a
I've
few
got it.
lock
What
picks
now?
in there. Pick the lock.
Okay, I try to pick the lock. How successful am I?
Considering that
First try.
considering that you have absolutely no experience with lockpicking, it breaks in your hands.
Oh, alright. I turn to what's your name again to mention?
Rick.
The person I'm talking to?
It'd
I
be
turn to
Rick.
Rick. So hold on, how do I know Rick?
You saw him
You-
earlier.
Yeah.
When?
Earlier?
What does that entail?
That's all there is to it. You just have seen him before. He
Oh, okay.
did used to be a guard that worked here.
Okay, but I was recently brought in, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I turn to Rick with a slight laugh and say, "Okay, plan B. What's next?"
Oh. 3, 2. Alright. Give me a lockpick. I can do this one-handed. And then proceed to pick my cell lock, and then proceed to pick the other cell locks for you guys.
All right. Once we're out, oh.
Once you guys, once Rick reaches Ashley's cell, you notice that One of her fingernails is bloodied, and there are many scratchings in the wall. You
In concern. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
you can't actually read what it says, but it's obvious that something was happening.
Okay. In concern, I reach for her, asking her name to see if she's okay.
Oh, Lucy. Huh. Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Are you?
Yes. I'm totally fine.
Okay, well, whether you are or not, we need to get out of here, and something tells me we're gonna need your help.
Huh.
So try to keep it together.
What do you
Come on.
mean? Of course I'm fine. What do you think I've been doing this whole time?
I don't know, and frankly, don't care to find out. I just need to get out myself, no matter the cost.
We have 5 minutes till the guards get back.
Alright, show us.
I can't
Ashley,
wait.
If you know something, then you have to tell us.
I doubt it would help you.
Sounds like. Oh, sorry, what's the doctor's name that interrogated me?
Hayden. Dr. Hayden.
Alright, I say that sounds like Hayden talking. That's not you. Come on. You gotta help us.
The maintenance shaft at the end of the hall. Believe me.
Alright, you guys can go that way.
In frustration, I grab Ashley's arm and pull her along.
She kind of looks at you, just cocks her head, and then continues walking with you.
Alright. I take no notice, telling myself, as soon as I get out, I'm gonna leave these guys anyway. So I say, let's just get these guys out. Save as many people as possible. We start making our way towards. Where are we going?
The end of the hall. Then the
Okay.
left, third right, then fourth left. This is janitor's closet. It has a secret door.
Okay.
You happen to notice Ashley as she is walking along with you. She has something in her pocket that she keeps playing with. And when you reach the closet, she casually grabs onto one of the cleaning bottles and just stuffs it in her pocket as well.
Okay, feeling creeped out, but knowing that obviously something is horrible happened to her, I decide that it would be worse and a waste of time to try to keep her from holding it up, and decide that if I had time once outside the prison, I would try to get it away from her and get her back to how I remember her, even though I hadn't known her that long. But for now, I leave it be.
We'll be safe in here. Literally, no one checks this room.
We can't just stay in here forever. Eventually, they're going to figure it out. What's the next step?
The back wall, poke it once.
Okay, I go to the back wall and poke it once.
Told ya.
Okay, Ashley, or narrator.
As you get a closer look, you can see that although, yes, this does appear to be a secret area of some sort, it does not look to be abandoned. Someone
Alright.
has, or multiple someone, have very recently come through this area.
Okay. Recognizing this, I immediately began searching for security cameras to make sure that the area is not being watched.
You too realize it's useless to look for cameras now. They would have caught us as we left.
Just a precaution, I say, recognizing that the place has obviously been visited before. If it's been visited before, I say, it's likely that the area is possibly being watched, so I wanted to take out the security cameras in case. But no matter, let's get out of here before whoever was in here first, or if it's still being used, let's just get out of here. Rick, what's the next step?
You guys hear something?
No.
There's a radio over there on the ground.
I look at it and pick it up to get a better look.
It's on, isn't it?
Is it, what kind of radio is this? Sorry,
It's like
out
a
of
walkie-talkie one, like long-range walkie-talkie.
Oh, okay.
Single channel.
Okay, yeah. It looks like it might be functioning, but I don't think anything's coming through. It's hard to make out.
Oh, finally someone's on the other end. Oh, wait. Oh. Get out of my head.
Ah,
Hello. You guys need a hand?
hey, I know
Excuse me?
that voice.
Ashley, don't just stop. We're gonna help you. Please, just stay calm. Don't answer it.
Why would you...
I say, I don't know. I'm scared about her, so I'm trying to keep her out of the way of anything. I just want her to stay silent. I just want her to stay still and silent. I'm trying to protect her.
I'm Joe. Rick may have mentioned to me earlier. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Hey, Joe.
Ah, it seems that you do know each other. Looks like Lucy's the only one.
And I'd like to keep it that way. Just tell me how to get out of here.
Hey.
I mean, you do seem very intent on getting out of here.
I have my reasons.
We'll see how this goes. Because, as Joe knows, I'm going down, not up.
Whatever direction you're going, just please tell me how to get out of here. I can't stay here.
Well, why don't you fill them in on what we've been talking about, Joe?
Oh, that wasn't me. That would have been Dr. Hayden.
Oh, I know you both can communicate, so I know that you have shared this information.
He showed through the video. Field trial something. Says it was a complete success.
Yes, that trial was a success. However,
For goodness sakes.
I
This is not helping our situation.
I do plan on interfering. It should be pretty
How do you
fun.
plan that?
Why? By getting Mike back, of course.
He's long gone. Shipped off to Canada already.
Well,
Does this person have an accent that we're talking to?
I am crazy.
Okay, okay, because I could not understand you at any point, and now I'm realizing it's because you had an accent.
well, that is what most people know. Alright. Now, I do believe that I need one more ingredient, and everything should be ready.
Ready for what? Can we please just get out of here?
You guys didn't shut the cell doors, did you?
As if that would have done much help. But, you're right, we didn't. This is more useful anyways.
Hi. Radio silence. No.
Alright. Well, if any of you are able to find a chemical called Hyronsa, could you please give it to me? It is rather useful in our escape. But for now, let's go ahead and keep moving. We do still have quite a ways to go, after all.
You alright? Generally speaking, are both of you alright?
Of course. In fact, this information is quite useful. Alrighty everyone, on to the next step. Let's keep moving. Down this passageway should lead us to where we can go next. Of course, I don't know for sure. Ashley begins to walk down the tunnel further.
You guys noticed how it's eerily silent down here?
Oh, that's normal.
Lucy. I think I know what they did to her. It's called nectar. Slowly, corrupts your mind and other things.
You do know I can still hear you, right, Rick?
Oh yeah.
No. Although
And that's
they
why I know
wanted
I'm
to.
not gonna follow you guys. Well, you.
Of course they wanted to use nectar on me. But they didn't. I'm not sure that would have been very useful to me. Now, we do only have limited time before they search here, so I suggest you get a move on it.
Meet me up on level 5 and go raid the armory down here. There's a map to your left on the wall. Third left, second right, fifth left.
Yes, I suppose that will be helpful to Lucy. We'll see if it's helpful to me. Alright. She continues walking, now ignoring everyone else on whether or not they're even following her.
Oh, I didn't even realize Maddie was muted.
Yeah,
I've been talking this whole time!
I just noticed you were muted.
I've been talking and role-playing with you guys this whole time, thinking you were hearing what I was saying.
Well, yeah.
Wait, was I muted?
Yeah, you were.
I'm so good. Wait, how are you? Did I?
Yeah, I checked Discord because I hadn't heard you in like 3 minutes, and I'm all like, oh.
Wait, so hold on. I was saying things and it sounded like you were hearing it.
No?
Oh my gosh, that is so lucky that you somehow like thought exactly what I was thinking because I was so confused. Sorry, I basically this entire time I've been panicking and demanding that someone like tell me the way to get out.
yep. I mean, that's what I would expect of you.
Yeah.
First off, your friend over there. Dr. Hayden ran an experiment.
Okay.
Judging by how she's acting, it was run on her too.
Whatever's happening, can you get us out quickly? I'm worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, by this point, Ashley's, kind of far down the tunnel.
Okay. I'm following.
You reach further down the tunnel, you reach a sort of cross path. There on the wall is the map that Rick mentioned, but Ashley just keeps on going. She completely ignores it and continues walking down the tunnel.
Alright. Figuring out at this point that something is definitely wrong and not wanting to get involved in all this, I look at the map and don't worry about Ashley.
Alright. As you examine the map, it shows... As you examine the map, it shows 2 of the levels surrounding you, so that you can see the level that you're on and the level above and below you.
We don't want to go any deeper. We have to work on going up. The deeper
Okay.
you go in any of these facilities, the worse it gets.
Is there any way we can help the people in here while getting out ourselves?
A suicide mission almost.
Well, lucky
Facilities
for
run by
me.
an AI. Well, partial AI.
Sorry.
Security measures to get down to it, a lot worse than they are up here. On top of that, there's a lot more soldiers, along with Dr. Hayden's experiments. He lets them roam loose on the lower levels.
Alright, well then I guess I'll just have to come back later and help them. But I'm not giving up on everyone here.
If we can get to a city, there's people there that can help. Friends of mine. Not
Good.
Joe. He's crazy.
Of course, I obviously would not trust him. But I just need to get out of this place and, if possible, out of Eton as soon as possible.
Where do you need to go?
Another city. I've left my work behind there, and it needs to be finished. Otherwise, I can't help anybody.
There's a way.
Please. I've been stuck in Eton for almost over 10 years. I've never seen a way.
It's a prototype technology. Developed on level 4 of the facility. The slip gate. Breaks down
Alright.
molecules and reforms them in another place.
Well, I guess I'll just have to believe it when I see it. But sadly, on this note, I actually have to leave, guys.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's fine.
Just play my character for me. If, like, basically what she's gonna do is, like, if any situation comes up, she's gonna not hurt anybody, but, like, if she can avoid it, but she's also probably just gonna be stressed out the whole time, so if you want to know what to play my character, just have her trying hard to get out. That's pretty much my character right now.
Okay,
I gotta go.
alright.
See you guys.
Yep,
Enjoy the stream, everybody.
yep. So, now what?
Alright, so I hope everyone who is watching did enjoy. We have a lot of progress. I'm going to quickly show you, just because we were doing the roleplay and didn't really get much of a chance to earlier. The biggest things are the road. I have done quite a bit of work on those, updating them and clearing out the land, flattening it up, all in preparation for making this look a little bit closer to a sort of city area, a little bit more modern than initially Minecraft has it. I have this little axolotl arch where I have my axolotls along with a bunch of coral that I mixed in there. I actually added some sea pickles as well, so it will glow in the night. As for the inn, I haven't really done a whole lot of work on those. But we also have a creeper farm over here. It is kind of still in the works. As you can see, it's not really generating anything at the moment. And this is going to be a nice little bubble elevator that is made entirely out of tinted glass. It should look kind of cool once it's all the way up. It's just the amethyst shards are a little hard to come by because they take a while to grow. And the rest of it is mostly cleaning up. Yep. Here in the Nether, we do have a pathway that leads over to the fortress. And then the other one is over to the end gateway, although that one is only accessible through flight at the moment. We did also get an Enderman farm set up, so levels are no longer an issue. It is rather easy to get them, and the same goes for Ender Pearls because, of course, farms like these generate way too many. But that's about all that we have done for updates. We may end up respawning the dragon soon, though, to get another end gateway, because we have to go quite far if we want to get anything new. However, I do have 2 spare elytras that I have gained along the way. So I think overall we are doing pretty good so far. If you guys did like this different style where we do a sort of role play instead, and then just work as we talk, let me know, because it's pretty fun. And I think I might start doing a few more of these as we go. I actually recently got Phasmophobia, and as I have started playing, it has gotten my interest, and there's a pretty good chance that I will be playing it on Wednesday. No guarantees, because I don't like playing alone. It's just a little too much for me. But when I'm with some other people who I can work with, it is quite the fun game to play. So, I will see you guys then.